All right. Okay, Zayden, if you want to go back and get your social studies book, we're on page 20. For my friends that are there right now. Oh, can I have all eyes on me? You don't need to talk to find the page you're looking for. All right, thank you. So on the top of page 20, it says, a citizen of many communities. Who can tell me what that word citizen means? Amir.
A citizen means a person in a community.
Very good. A person who belongs to a community. Kind of been talking about that for the past couple days. So I'm going to read and I want you to follow along on page 20. Patty is making a model of the homes, buildings, and streets in her neighborhood. Patty's neighborhood is a part of the city of Pittsburgh. A city is a very large town. How many people here have heard of Pittsburgh? Reagan, what'd you say? Your cousin lived there. Okay. Michaela.
My uncle.
I want to hear what Michaela's saying. Can everyone else please listen to?
My uncle lives in Pittsburgh.
Okay. They're home to a pretty famous football team. I'm not really into sports, but I know at least that.
Yeah, they were with
Don't call out. If you have something to say, raise your hand, please. Thank you, Zayden.
My cousin, his name is Bernard, and he's a grown-up, and he one day we went to Pittsburgh and we watched him play football. He was a shark. He goes to every team.
Oh, very cool. All right. So then, look over on page 21, and it says Pittsburgh is located where the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela rivers join. Does anyone know if that, Miss Frank, do you know if that's? Oh, Monongahela. Okay. Rivers join. Bridges connect downtown Pittsburgh to its many suburbs. A suburb is a community near a large city. So you could say that Norristown is a suburb of Philadelphia because we're outside of Philadelphia. We're not in the main city, but we're kind of outside of it.
I'm going to Philadelphia.
Yes, Aria.
No, you are.
Oh, I want to hear what Aria has to say. Please, everyone listen.
We're selling my house, so my grandparents live in Philadelphia, so that's where we're living.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right, I want you to turn the page to number 22. Turn the page to 22. Thank you, Michaela. Okay, there at the top. Follow along as I read, please. I want you to take your finger and point to where it says together. At the top of page 22. Together, many cities, towns, and smaller communities form a state. Patty lives in the state of Pennsylvania. Our country has 50 states or parts. The United States of America is our country. A country is an area of land with its own people and its own rules. Patty is a citizen of the city of Pittsburgh and of the state of Pennsylvania. She is also a citizen of the United States of America. And so you see there's a little picture. First it says her street, then it goes a little bit bigger to her neighborhood, and then it goes to her city, state, and country. And so I have an activity that I want you to do, but we're going to practice together, us as Penn Christian Academy. So, what street is our school on? What's that big, busy street out there? Aria? Do you know what the name of the street is? It starts with the G. Elijah? Germantown. Pike. There you go. Oh, what do you say? Oh, that's not good. That's not nice to say. Okay? So that's our first little area that we're in. And then what is the name of our city? And Aria said it. Can you raise your hand and say it again? Aria? Norristown.
I have no idea what Norristown is. I have no idea what Norristown is. Don't tell me that one. Pittsburgh. I'm 3.
So first of all, we're located on Germantown Pike, and then going a little bit bigger, we live in Norristown. What is our state that we live in? Josiah. Pennsylvania. You don't need to be talking right now. I want you to look at what's happening on the board because you're going to be doing your own activity. I want to make sure that you know how to do it. See you have pencils? I want you to stop tapping right now. Thank you. And then, what's the biggest circle that I can put here? After state, what should I put? State.
The country.
The country. What is the name of our
The
country?
United States of America.
United States of America. USA.
And then you have to do a continent, and then.
I'm not gonna go that big, but
North America.
okay. So then, on page 23, ask the question: which is larger, our country or our state? So raise your hand if you know. Gianna. Which is larger, our country or our state?
Continent.
Hey, you gave me the answer.
I only want to hear Gianna right now.
Continent.
Which is bigger, the state of Pennsylvania or our whole country, the United States of America? Yeah, the country, because the country has 50 states in it, and Pennsylvania is just the one state. I don't want to hear any talking, please.
North America is not the
Okay. So then I want you to look at those review questions in the little white box. Number 1. In what state do you live? What? Now, everyone should be raising their hand right now. What state do we live in? Don't call out. I'm looking for people that are raising their hands and running.
I'll get hurt by that.
Sydney. Pennsylvania. Thank you, Zayden. I love the way that you're waiting quietly and paying attention. Michaela, Sydney. Our middle row, that section of the class, we really need to work on being quiet and listening. How is a city different from a town? Aaliyah.
A city is has all these different buildings, it's a very big place. My daddy goes to the city.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Aaliyah shared that a city is probably more busy and more populated than a town. How many people's parents drive into Philadelphia to work in Philadelphia? A city is bigger than a town. How many people's parents drive into Philadelphia, which is a big city, to go to work?
Is Vanguard in Philadelphia?
I'm not sure. I know there's a branch in Norristown, but I'm not sure. And number 3, locate your community, state, and country on a map.
What? I can't do that.
I live in a school community.
So,
That's where I live.
don't have a community map, but this is our country. And here's our state, the state of Pennsylvania. Does everybody see that? Can everybody look up here? See how I'm pointing to the state of Pennsylvania?
Show us the whole world.
The whole world
What's that?
here, and then the United States on a world map,
I'm looking at
we're right here.
North America.
We're in, this is all of North America, but also in North America we have Canada and Mexico. And we're kind of we're sandwiched in the middle.
And Alaska, which is part of the U.S.
We do have, Alaska is still part of the United States, even though we're not directly connected to it.
But then we took over the.
Oh, I still want people looking up here and paying attention to me.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to pass out this activity sheet for you. Thank you, Zayden. It says on the top, I need all eyes up here. On the top of this activity sheet, it says, My Communities. And as Amir told us, a citizen can be a member of all different communities. They can be as small as our neighborhood or even as big as our country. And so I want you to draw a picture of your communities in each box. I know that we all live in different cities and our neighborhoods look different. In the back row, I want you paying attention to me, please. None of our neighborhoods look the same, and so this is kind of a fun way for me to get to know you. The first box says My Street. And so I just want you to draw a picture of what your house and your street look like.
I can't do that. I can't do that.
I think you all can. I've seen how artistic you are, and I believe in you.
It's impossible.
It's not impossible, okay?
For me, it is.
No, nothing's impossible if you try. In the second box, I still want you up here because I'm explaining how you're supposed to do this. The second box is My Neighborhood. So maybe here you can draw a picture, babe. Maybe in that box you can draw a picture of not only your house, but the houses in your neighborhood. The third box says My Town. Maybe there are some special buildings in your town. We talked about some special buildings that might be in a town yesterday. Yes, Reagan? Ryan. I'm sorry? You draw what you see where? Well, I'm going to pass these out, and if you have a question, you can ask. The fourth picture you're going to draw is My State. So I want you to draw the state of Pennsylvania. And in the last box says My Country. So try your hardest. I know the United States has a it's not easy to draw, but I believe in you. to be able to draw that. So you're going to draw the 5 communities that you're a member of, and make sure that you put your name on the top line. Okay? Does anybody have any questions? Hello, my name is Shannon Nishimura, and this is my reflection over the classroom management lesson that I did earlier today. The reason that I'm doing this from home and not in the classroom is that my lesson was taught at the very end of the day, and just with getting kids home and talking with my mentor teacher and preparing for tomorrow, I didn't have time to do the reflection at the school, so I'm doing it right now. The first part of the question: discuss how you planned for any anticipated behavior issues and how you implemented that plan during the lesson. You'll see from the video that I used verbal reminders to kind of redirect the students to be back on task, and kind of trying to keep them quiet and paying attention, and when I was talking, making sure that they were quiet, and when one of the classmates was trying to share an answer, that they were listening to them as well. Number 2, discuss any classroom management challenges that arose and how you handled those. You'll see from the video that I had to redirect students several times, and for the part of the lesson that I taught off camera that I wasn't able to show in the 15 minutes, the students had a really difficult time staying on task and concentrating on what they were supposed to be doing. And so one method that my mentor teacher has in her classroom is writing the students' names on scraps of paper and calling them chance cards, and saying what they were doing as good behavior, and then folding it up and putting it in the fishbowl, and then at the end of the week one piece of paper is drawn, and whatever student's name is drawn, they get a prize. And so off camera I did that to encourage students to stay on task, and so that they might get a chance to have their name go into the fishbowl. And number 3, discuss how you will change your approach in future lessons based on what you learned from this teaching experience. After the lesson and at the end of the day, my mentor teacher and I talked, and she was just telling me about how important it is for the students to have consistency, and I can understand that from the students' point of view about how it is confusing for them to have 2 different teachers, and maybe with 2 different teaching styles, and even behavior management or classroom management styles, but how important it is to be consistent so that the students know what to expect. They know the behaviors that they have to follow, and that if they don't follow the behaviors, then there will be consequences. Besides chance cards, my mentor teacher also has a big soccer field, and then all the students' names written on a soccer player, and then there's 3 levels of consequences if they don't follow the rules, which is first a warning, and then second is they miss out part of recess and they don't have a chance to be student of the day, and then the final consequence is that they miss all of recess and they can't be student of the day, and they also get a note or a letter home. And so this is something that, although I really prefer to focus on the positive, but I feel like this is something that if I start using that kind of giving consequences for the negative behavior, then it will encourage students to always be following the rules and to understand that there are consequences to when they don't follow the rules. This is the beginning of my 3rd full week of school since schools start later here on the East Coast. I feel like just every day I'm learning a little bit more about how to become a better teacher, whether it's the teaching aspect, and especially classroom management aspect. I'm learning about how to become more comfortable in enforcing the rules, and I'm just seeing how important it is for the environment of the class if students need to understand the expectations for them to follow these rules. And yeah, I appreciate this opportunity to reflect, and enjoy talking to you next time. I know that I'm going to learn so much more between now and then. Thank you.